first lift we're going to demonstrate today is the bench press. When you're doing the bench press, you want to keep a couple things in mind. You want to do 5 points of contact, which means you want to keep your feet flat on the ground as well as keep them tucked back as far as possible while maintaining that full contact on the ground. Your butt wants to stay flat on the bench press, and you want to have your shoulders brought back as well. That is the main thing as far as your setup goes. Basically, you want to keep all those points of contact maintained with the bench press throughout the entire lift. So as the grip goes, he's setting up here with a closed pronated grip with the thumb over the 4 fingers. He has his grip just outside shoulders width apart. If you bring them too far inside, you're going to bring the triceps into play a little bit too much on this lift. So you want to start outside on the neutral grip. Make sure you have a spotter at all times. Pull it off the rack. Bring the bar down to the chest and up. See how he's maintaining all 5 points of contact throughout the lift. And he's bringing the bar down wherever feels comfortable for him. That is his shoulder, his chest is at the highest point. So from him, it's about just below the nipples. Okay, now we're going to add some weight to this. That's the bench press, and that is how you do all things correctly. Make sure, again, the 5 points of contact, the grip are the most important part of the bench press. Now we're going to demonstrate on the bench press some of the typical things that people do wrong. So go ahead and lay down. Alright, so first thing when we were talking about his feet staying within full contact with the floor, a lot of times people bring their feet up. And you do lifts, see how he's bringing his heels off the ground. You want to maintain full contact with the floor at all times. Another thing is sometimes people will bring their butt off the bench press. You do not want to do that because that will create too much stress on the back, creating injury problems, as well as you're not getting the full chest activation throughout the lift. So now we're going to demonstrate the squat. So as far as stance goes, he's going to come up to the bar. This is the back squat. He's going to get a grip that feels comfortable outside his shoulders, stuck under the bar. And the stance for the squat is going to be variable for everybody, but it's going to be slightly outside the shoulders. So when he comes off the rack, he's going to step back, and you're going to have a slight outward motion of your toes there. And then he's going to come, when he goes down, he's going to have his chest tall, he's going to have his back straight, and his head is pointed in a neutral position, coming back up. Notice that his knees do not shoot out in front of his toes. And he's coming down with a point of contact of 90 degrees. I'm going to go through a couple of mistakes that people make when they do the squat. So come up to the rack. Okay, a lot of times keeping his chest out straight. He's got to have his heels on the ground, bury his heels in the ground, stick his rear end out, and that is the proper way to do it right there. Another misconception when we do the squat is when he comes down to the bottom of the squat, and he's going to stick his butt straight out and come up. That puts a lot of strain on the back. When you do that leg. Now let's do it the right way, sticking the chest out, coming straight down in a straight line, and come right back up. Another thing is he's going to round his back out as he goes down. Again, his chest is pointing towards the ground. That's an incorrect way of doing the squat. He wants to have his chest straight up. Good. Okay, so the next lift we're going to do is the deadlift. So Caleb here is going to demonstrate the deadlift. So Caleb, you can have your stance between the shoulders and your hips. That's where you want to be in the deadlift stance. So there's a couple ways you can do the grip. You can either have the closed pronating grip or the closed alternating grip. So he likes the alternating grip, so you're going to go with that. You go ahead and get your hands in the bar and go to the top of your stance. So initially when you're looking at the deadlift, you want to look at three different things. Is his head in the middle of his spine and his butt in line? So by that we can check. Right there is a good posture. Now what I want you to do is flex your knees down. Just go down to about 20 degrees. Stop. Now, like your hips are hinged, push your hips back and get down. So basically, when he starts to flex his knees, he wants to then hinge out his hips. And once he hinges out his hips, right here at the point where he's at his knees here with the bar, that's when he wants to synchronize the entire movement down to the ground. Now we'll go through a couple of common mistakes on the deadlift. So go ahead. So sometimes when you start out in this position, people have a tendency to start out with their legs first. So you're going to pick up your hips. And now lift up. That is the incorrect way to lift up on the deadlift. You want to do it all in one synchronized motion, so go back to the bottom of it. So instead of sticking your hips out right away, you want to go ahead in one motion, just like that. Okay, I bring it back down. Now in relation to where the bar is when he's first starting out, I can already tell that the bar is not in the correct position to where his center of mass is. In his center of mass, he wants the bar right where the knot of his shoelaces are. So actually, we need to have the bar closer. So go back down there. So go closer. Back. Yeah. And now lift up. Because in the position he was at right there, with the bar that far out and his knees that far forward, he has a tendency to lift up and his heels would come up off the ground, and that creates an imbalance. That is basically the deadlift in a nutshell.